The following conversation was recorded on September the 15th, 1957 with English poet Rupert Brooke, who died in 1915. The medium was Leslie Flint. This is an edited version. Brooke: I passed suddenly during the First World War and was in a body which no longer seemed the same. I hadn't realised that I'd died. Everything seemed natural, but my body appeared foreign to me. I didn't feel any weight, which worried me. When you're used to a body with weight and substance, then finding yourself in a body that had no weight or substance seemed strange. If I touched myself, I was solid, but if I pinched myself, I didn't feel it. My body didn't seem to respond the same way. I thought, why should it? It obviously isn't the same body, it's a different body. Yet I was still on the earth and conscious of the earth. I was shocked when I realised people didn't see me, and I thought, well, if I can't feel myself when I pinch myself, why should the person see me? Because I'm still on earth in the old body. I thought I must be on some vibrational rate, which is not common to the earth, and therefore people can't see me. It had been irritating me for so long. I can see other people and they can't see me. It seemed strange, and I remember sitting beside a river and looking at myself and not seeing myself. I remember sitting and looking into this river, and I could see no reflection, and I thought it most extraordinary. I have a body, yet no reflection. I was in an awful mess mentally. I was going round to various people that I'd known, trying to tell them that I was alive and not to worry about me, and they just didn't realise I was there. And when I couldn't be seen in the river, I realised if they couldn't see me because my body didn't have a reflection, then it couldn't be solid to them. It couldn't be on the same vibration. I had to adjust myself to the fact that I had a body that was to all outward appearances the same, and yet obviously was not a real body from the point of view of Earth. I was now in a spiritual body, but I'm not particularly spiritual, and was puzzled. I was clinging to Earth in my thoughts and of things past. I remember sitting beside a river, becoming more puzzled and frightened, and wondering what the next step was going to be. All of a sudden, I was conscious of someone standing beside me. I looked around and saw no one, yet I knew there was someone there. I thought this was ridiculous, and I looked into the river and there was no reflection, and I didn't know what to do. All of a sudden, I heard a voice say, "Come with me," and I thought, how can I go with someone I can't see? I don't know who they are. 3 times this voice said, "Come with me, close your eyes," and I thought, well, I can't do much else, I'll just close my eyes. Then I was in an entirely different place, what appeared to be a vast building, like a concert hall, and there were many seats. Many people were gathered there, and I was sitting in this place and could hear beautiful music. It was a wonderful sound that seemed to vibrate in a way that it seemed to carry me beyond time and space. It seemed to have a message which I interpreted as being one of peace and quietude, and not to be worried. I got a wonderful feeling of being at peace, and I felt very different and calm. In the far distance, I saw an enormous panorama of changing light and various colours that were constantly changing from the palest shades into the deepest hues, and gradually the whole room, the whole building seemed to be suffused with this. I was wondering how this was achieved. It was like something on a cinematic screen. The whole of the building seemed to be illuminated and changed with this colour. I could see it all around me and felt at one with them. I'd been so disturbed in my mind previously about my body as to what function it had and if it was really like the Earth body, but I wasn't sure about it. I really didn't know how to go about things and wanted to speak to someone. I became very conscious of someone near me saying, "Don't worry, you can do it," and I heard myself saying, "What is this place?" A voice said, "This is a place where you can be brought into a new being. Here, the vibrations will make possible for you a new way of life. This is a cleansing station." This seemed far from anything that one could imagine. It seemed like some vast auditorium with glorious music and people. I realised there was a change coming over me. I'd been almost conscious of it from the beginning, and the people around me, and they too were changing. Even now, I don't know how to explain it. It seems as if my whole body was becoming suffused with some charged power, and everything seemed to become more solidified. I could see the vastness of the building and the beauty and colour. Previously, it had seemed unreal and too wonderful to be true. I couldn't understand it, yet appreciated it, and it had a peaceful effect on me. It gradually became more intense. The people became animated, and after a short time, the people began to get up and walk about and appeared to be speaking, but I couldn't hear what was coming from them. I was conscious they were trying to convey their thoughts in an audible manner. Various people were beginning to come alive. I realized that we were unused to these bodies. We had recently passed and had been brought to this place and were beginning to be shown how to experience the new life. We were being initiated. The place became more alive, and I saw people who had not previously been there. They became visible from all different places, both male and female. Most of the people seemed beautiful, with beautiful expressions on their faces. The faces were illuminated and animated with charm and dignity. Their job was to help people when they came over and gradually rehabilitate them to a new life. They need to be cleansed of their old ideas and thoughts and need to readjust their thinking. It was a beautiful and wonderful experience, and it's helped me tremendously. After speaking to several people, I was taken to a park. In this park, I saw many people in different types of costumes. This place was the outside of this building, and after the initiation service, we carried on outside into the beautiful park and strolled around, and felt that one's body was a reality. I realized that my body was functioning in harmony with my thoughts. I could move, walk about and run and swim, which I did. I remember sitting under a tree with my own particular helper, who explained to me that owing to the conditions of my passing, it had been essential to cast out all material and thoughts pertaining to the war and the terrible conditions under which I'd been existing. I had to see brightness, beauty, and the greater things to come. I had to free myself of old thinking, old ideas. I asked if I can continue writing, and he said, "You can if you wish. You can also become a painter or musician if you wish. The only way to progress on this side is to go forward in the manner in which you have made possible by your thinking and action." I realized that I could do many things, but I was still new and finding everything very strange. It would be difficult to find someone who could act as an instrument. I didn't realize that you had to have a medium. When I first left Earth, I tried to contact people and thought there must be a way. I'd heard of spiritualism, but never had any interest and thought it was nonsense. But I suddenly wanted to tell the Earth world of all of this. I wanted them to know it. This man smiled and said that most people, when they first come here, are like that. They want to rush back to their friends and families. They want to tell everyone in the world how wonderful it all is in passing from your world to this. It's the most natural process. There's no need for all of the terrible things about dying. Everything is so orderly. The confusion that man brings creates the difficulty. If man has a clear picture of things before he died, there wouldn't be the confusion that people have when they're close to the earth. Only the material and physical aspect of life is destructible in itself, but the real spirit of man goes on. Everyone wants to rush back and tell the world, but the old world has been going on for centuries, building up all kinds of barriers and making weird religions and superstitions which make it impossible to have knowledge. They could have it if their minds were clearly set on things of spirit and do not debase everything in the material sense.